Hey everyone, welcome to another macro photography video. Today I'm out in one of my very favorite locations, and while it is really not ideal conditions for macro photography, it's midday, it's bright sunny weather, and it's almost 30 degrees, I'm still curious to see what I can find, and at least hopefully we'll see some cool species if there's not much I can photograph. Yeah, let's see. It's not the most interesting photo subject because you can't actually see the animals that make them, but the entire area of sand in this little hut is completely full of the little pits that antlion larvae make, which is really, really amazing, and I don't think I've ever seen so many in one spot. So I've reached the edge of this really beautiful creek here, and just while observing for a couple of minutes, just having a look from the side, I've spotted I think 4 or 5 different species of dragonflies and damselflies. There's some demoiselle damselflies which are really, really nice, and a few other species of I think red damselflies of some sort, as well as 1 or 2 kinds of big dragonfly. Now they're all obviously really far out in the water or just too skittish, too shy to get any photos, but I also just really like being out in a place like this and just observing, and there's some very interesting species here. As well as this, I also spotted a frog on the side of the river before and was able to get a couple of video clips of that. So I just got this absolutely beautiful jewel beetle of some sort. I believe it's called a pine borer. And this one just landed on the camera before, which is always kind of funny. You sometimes get these surprises like this. And I've got him on my hand now. I'm going to try and put it on this stick to maybe allow me to get some better photos, since on my hand makes it a little bit more challenging. There's an unusually relaxed little butterfly on this birch sapling here, and I thought I would continue with a little series of shots I've gotten a few of already this year, which is close-up textural shots of insect wings. So you carefully grab hold of the leaf. The butterfly is still surprisingly here. Make sure I'm at maximum magnification. And then this one has a really cool looking orange eye spot on the wing. So I'm going to try and get a stack showing that. So right here in the middle of the path, there is a dead lizard, and just a little bit off to the side is its tail as well. And I've been watching for a little bit, and there's already been a couple of flies that have landed on it, and there's a couple of little ticks and ants wandering around the carcass. So I thought I would try and get a couple of photos of those wandering around. Could be kind of an interesting scene of them walking around on the lizard scales. Just looking, and there is a fly there, though right now I have the Laowa 25mm on, so it's the wrong lens. And otherwise, I'm not seeing anything much, so I'll just wait for a little bit to see what appears. I've reached my favorite spot in this area, which is a lovely wildflower meadow with bellflowers and yellow rattle and a few other really cool flower species. And this is just such a nice place to wander around or just sit down and look at all of the butterflies that are flying around and the other insects that are on the flowers. So I'm just going to try and get a few little video sequences or photos to show you what I can see. On this little oak tree here, there's an absolutely gorgeous yellow goldenrod crab spider, and I believe it may have actually built its egg sac there, or a cocoon, and maybe is watching over that. So I'm going to try and get a couple of photos of this. And right now it's in a neat position, kind of in between two leaves, kind of sandwiched in between, and I might be able to get a portrait like that. Going at lower magnification to get the entire spider in frame, and then just going to get a quick stack. Just for fun, I've switched to the Laowa 25mm to get a higher magnification portrait as well. See if that works out, since the spider is staying fairly still. First, need to locate the subject. That's one of the biggest challenges with this lens. That last path was definitely not quite as well trodden as the others, and I should definitely do a thorough check for ticks later, but it has brought me to the last location along this route, which is a much drier meadow compared to the others, and it has a very different set of species. It is getting really hot and sunny at this point, and it's a little bit later in the afternoon, so I think I'm going to head back to the train pretty quickly, but I'll have a quick look around this meadow first and show you anything I see. But for now, for me, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.